Hey, you want to see something really scary?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Welcome to Fright Night.
Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty.
And I'm Shad. Or am I? You can't see me.
This week, we covered 2000's Hollow Man.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Ed. Your team's in early today. Something special going on? Sorry, Ed. You know the rules.
If we're gonna move forward, this is the next logical step.
We're ready for you.
Are you sure?
Positive. Here goes nothing.
Sebastian? Are you in here? So, what's it like being a ghost?
Ghost or dead, I'm very much alive.
The question is, what would you do if you knew you couldn't be seen?
You trust your eyes. You rely on your senses.
Sebastian, this is not funny.
You think you're alone.
Why did you have to go out in public?
You have no idea what it's like. The power of it, the freedom. It's amazing what you can do when you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror anymore.
Okay, Sebastian, fun's over. Tell us where you are.
Sorry, Linda.
You'll never be sure again.
He could be here. He could be anywhere.
There's more to fear than you can see.
You have no idea how much fun this is.
Saturn Award winner for Best Director, RoboCop, Paul Verhoeven, brings you Hollow Man.
Did he not win anything for Starship Troopers?
He did not win anything for Starship Troopers. He won the Saturn Award, which is the best sci-fi movie of the year. He won that for RoboCop.
How the hell did he not win anything for Starship Troopers? Come on now. That's a classic.
I think he won the Los Angeles Film Critics Association for Best Foreign Film Language at one point, but
Yeah, that's not. I'm talking about Starship Troopers.
Okay, well, I thought we were just
one
throwing
of
out
the
all
greatest
the awards.
movies ever made.
He did some things. RoboCop, Hollow Man, Starship Troopers, Total Recall, Showgirls, Basic Instinct. You know, some films you may or may not have catched.
Did a great one with Rutger Hauer too, called Flesh and Blood.
Okay, Flesh and Blood. So, you know, it's 2000, okay? And this is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. And it's been 25 years. For me to even say that out loud I'm devastated. It's been already 25 years since this film in particular came out.
Yeah.
Because I saw this film in the theater.
So did I. I saw it at the Mid-Rivers Mall 14, I think, in St. Charles, Missouri.
Wow.
The weirdest theater you'll ever... It was a nice enough theater, but you bought your tickets outside and then went inside, and you had to walk through the whole mall. Like, the ticket booth was completely separate from the rest of the theater, and then you had to walk through the whole mall to get down to where the theater was at. And then at the end of the night, you'd have to walk through the empty mall to go out. It was very strange.
You know, I
not
also
very well designed in there. You know,
no, that sounds terrible. I also saw Starship Troopers in the theater, and I'm thinking, how did I see that? Was that rated R? Because technically, I was not supposed to see that. I was a teenager when that film came out.
Yeah, you know, people don't always check IDs that closely.
Now, Hollow Man, okay, which is the modern Invisible Man. I mean, obviously. We have Kevin Bacon, okay? He's footloosing himself into a laboratory. He's a genius, cocky MFer who is, you know, doing all kinds of experimental things on animals. If you are an animal lover, this movie is not for you. Now, mind you, I don't think any actual animals were hurt in the making of this film.
The gorilla was played by Tom Woodruff. That's, you know, did the effects in the werewolves movie that we just covered.
That's very true. So yes, but you know, if you don't just like to see like fake pretend killing of animals, this is not.
I also feel like maybe making a gorilla invisible wasn't their best move, because you heard the joke about where does the 800-pound gorilla sit? Wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Where does an 800-pound gorilla sit? Whatever he wants, and he will do whatever the fuck he wants. How are you? That was not a good plan on their part.
It was not. But hey, there they are, and that's what happened. And Elizabeth Shue. Okay, so two like 80s.
3 80s icons, because you got Josh Brolin in this too.
Oh, Josh Brolin. What was he in the 80s?
The Goonies.
Oh yeah, the Goonies. Yeah, okay, he was in that movie. Yeah, so
do you remember just recently when he went as his Goonies character for Halloween?
No. Because even though, yes, he was in the Goonies, in my mind, there's only like 3 characters in that film. And I'm not going to say which 3. One of them just recently won an Academy Award. And Samwise Gamgee. And one of the chicks. Like the loudmouth one. So is there anyone else in the... the Toxic Avenger guy. Like, hey, you guys, like, okay. That's it. There's no one else in the movie. Oh, and throw Mama from the train. Fine.
So all these people are in the movie, basically.
Fine. So the people that are not in the movie, to me, are just Josh Brolin.
Jesus. Why the Brolin hate?
Okay. So Josh Brolin's in this film, apparently. And Elizabeth Shue and Kevin Bacon. You're going to have a fucking good time watching this film. And if you
Josh Brolin, son of James Brolin, who was in the amazing film that we covered, The Car.
Yes,
I'm talking about Amityville. I'm talking about The Car. That's the much better James Brolin horror movie. You got a car that they just said, what if Jaws was a car? Then went after it.
Now, Kevin Bacon's character is Sebastian Cain. Right there, you know right off the bat, evil. Like, you don't...
First of all, do you know how many Dungeons and Dragons games I've played over the years, and you show up and 5 people have all named their character Cain, spelled in various ways?
I can even imagine.
Yeah, everybody shows up with a fucking evil wizard or fighter, or I'm the chaotic guy and I'm named Cain. I spell it Kaine, Cain. That's how you know I'm cool. Shut up. There's 3 other people with a guy named Cain right over here. Be quiet.
Now, I would also like to throw some random trivia at you. This film, okay, was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Lost, okay, to Gladiator. Lost. Which I'm really thinking, like, I haven't seen Gladiator since it came out. Was it the tiger that did it? Because I think everyone else was an actual person. This is not the fucking AI, like, generated / we're wearing our fucking suit time. Like, it was a tiger. The tiger was the only thing that I could think of that had any kind of visual... Well, that was
the year Gladiator swept the Academy Awards. They got Best Picture, Best Director.
Yeah, but I mean, visual effects... Oh, was the Coliseum not real? I guess they weren't in the
Probably
Coliseum.
Not.
Okay, fine. Whatever. I feel like they got robbed. Hollow Man got robbed. They could have won for Best Visual Effects. This is one of the films that I do not like the poster to. I hate this poster. It's ugly.
Yeah, it's not very... I guess it's with an Invisible Man poster, it's kind of hard to do something where you're going to be like... Because even the poster for the most recent Invisible Man movie, which I really liked, the poster is just Elizabeth Moss looking scared. It's kind of hard to feature the Invisible Man on a poster.
Maybe not. Boom. Drop the mic. That's the poster. You don't feature him because he's not
It just
fucking
says
there.
the Invisible Man. There's just a pile of clothes on the floor. Looks like a laundry basket just got dumped over on the floor.
Or there's like an outline of an individual. Maybe like a light is shining through a doorway or something, and only the light catches the outline. I don't know. Or just have the Invisible Man, and there you go. Nothing else on the poster, just the Invisible Man. The letters are like block font, and they're kind of like outlined in blue, but like see-through inside, like water. I don't know. It's anything would have been better, I feel, than what we got, which was a white-faced with black eyes, like it's supposed to be Kevin Bacon's face, like
a Darkman poster.
Yeah, yes, it is like a Darkman poster. I would go with that more than anything. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. We normally, sometimes it depends. We'll say who the composer is, or music wise.
Well, if the music catches our attention.
But I have to say that I am a Jerry Goldsmith fan, so I have to say that he did the music for the film. And the movie's budget was $95 million.
Yeah, and 50 of that went to the special effects, didn't it?
And it made $190 million. So it was a fucking bomb. They didn't make any money. No, at the time, actually, it made its money back. And then they had some extra coin. Now it'd be a failure. If you're not in the 5 millions, like...
No, if you don't do like
5 billion.
Yeah, you gotta make $1 billion your first weekend, or else it's considered a bomb.
Now, we normally don't do this, but there wasn't enough to discuss about what we thought would be cool to do, which was bring back one of our old segments that we used to do called Second Serving. And we were going to watch, which we did, and cover Hollow Man 2. Kevin Bacon, unfortunately, was not available for the making of Hollow Man 2 for a myriad of reasons. Spoiler alert, he dies in the first one. And but they got another 80s heartthrob, okay? Christian Slater came on the scene, who's in the movie for a total of maybe 20 minutes, and I'm really making it's probably like that. 5 minutes.
It's literally, there's about 5 to 7 minutes where you see Christian Slater's face. The rest of it is just his voice, which is ironic because Kevin Bacon took the role in Hollow Man because he said he thought it would be great that he would only have to be there for the first part of the movie, and the rest he would just be doing voiceover. And then they had him in like the green screen suit there the whole time doing stuff. But in the Hollow Man 2, Christian Slater gets to do exactly that, because they really don't do a lot of green screen in Hollow Man 2 because they didn't have the money for it. It was just a lot of pretending and actors acting like something was happening.
That's right.
And yeah, it's not great.
And the star of the film, well, besides the non-existent Christian Slater, which lived up to the Hollow Man name. I mean, he lived up more to the Hollow Man name than Kevin Bacon did. Carlisle from Twilight is the main character in this film.
Yeah.
So he's in the film. And that script was actually the original script to Hollow Man, wasn't the one that was rejected?
Yeah. They just reused a different one.
They're like, you know what? That's not bad at all. There are parts of Hollow Man 2 that could have worked, or you could see, okay, this is a thing, but then you're like, no. And I think that's all we have to say about Hollow Man 2.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's not very exciting. If you're thinking like, oh, this might be campy and fun to watch, it is not.
We give it one knife.
Yeah.
Now, back to Hollow Man. So, there's, of course, like in all things, the government is involved. This is their project. They're sponsoring. They're funding the money. Secret projects.
This is what I find hilarious. They want invisible soldiers. Which, okay, if you're an invisible soldier, that means you're going to have your soldier on the battlefield, naked, carrying a gun, with no shoes, running across the field full of broken glass, everything else with their feet. Or you're going to have to put shoes on, in which case they will be instantly visible. And even if they're holding the gun, you're going to see where the gun is shooting from, so you're going to be able to figure out where it's going on. So I feel like it's like you need to make this. We're not looking to make invisible soldiers. We're looking to make invisible spies. We're looking to make invisible assassins, like a guy who can sneak into a compound somewhere and pick up a knife while he's there. He stabs someone to death with it. You can't have him walking around carrying an AK-47 because even the densest guy is going to notice that floating down the street towards them.
Now, maybe even though this literally happened 15 years later, they were thinking something more of the lines that happened in 2015, which is the Disney film called Invisible Sister, where the sister becomes invisible and anything she touches or that she wears, like clothing, for a certain amount of time, breaks down the molecules and whatnot, and itself becomes invisible. Maybe that was a thought process, or maybe that was the hopes that if they were able to make a human, which is very complex, invisible, they would be able to make these other things also invisible that the soldier would have to have. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know if that was the thing, but I could see maybe why they would want to have that, because those are issues. You can't have people just running around booty naked with guns that are visible. Yeah, you know, you're gonna be like, oh, that's
they did
weird.
They did a show for Sci-Fi Channel in 2000, came out the same year as this, just called The Invisible Man. And in this, they injected him with a special thing. I don't remember if it was a serum or if it was a radioactive thing, but he turned invisible, and his clothes, whatever he was wearing, turned invisible with him. And then when he turned back visible, they did a really cool effect where it looked like the invisibility, like he kind of, everything just like flaked off of him when he became visible.
That's cool.
It was pretty neat. It ran for like 2 seasons, and then they also did an Invisible Man show in the 70s with David McCallum, who was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and he was most recently in NCIS. He just died recently. He was like 90 years old. It was a British show where he took the serum, became invisible, and went around and did things. And so the Invisible Man has been one of those ones that is like Dracula. They haven't done a lot of mummies. They haven't done a lot of Creature from the Black Lagoon. But Invisible Man has been kind of always going on because it's a power that everybody wants to be invisible. Everybody wants to be a vampire. Everybody wants to be invisible. Nobody wants to be a mummy wrapped up and stinky in the tomb. Nobody wants to be the Creature from the Black Lagoon swimming around in a stinky black lagoon.
Also wet. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Now, the writer of this film, Andrew W. Marlowe, also did Air Force One. So there you go.
So he also doing okay.
He did Air Force One. Oh, and then also is creator and showrunner of the show that you like, Castle. So yes, yeah. he doing all right. Now, the gorilla, they're able to successfully they have several animals that you hear the animal, but you don't see them. They're in the cage. And they've shot up all these animals with this serum, and they're all invisible, but they have not been able to figure out how to bring them back.
They do a pretty cool trick where you only see the animals through the heat vision camera.
Yes, which is a big thing in the movie, because then later on, kind of reminds me of Ghostbusters, then later on, they're able to they have like cool goggles that they're able to wear, which I'm going to tell you, when we get to that point, I'm going to tell you why we needed to have these goggles on at all times. The transformation of bringing the gorilla back is horrifying. I mean, it really goes layer to layer, which is hence why they got nominated for Academy Award. Coming back from being invisible, and it's just not like what you would think. It's like they're not there and boom, you're back. It literally goes for like the veins, and then
his circulatory system appears, his nerves appear, his muscles appear.
It's a lot, and it is disgusting, but it's cool.
They said they actually made like several complete models of Kevin Bacon for this. One that was like all veins, one that was all nerves, one that was all muscles.
That's cool.
And they actually donated them to like a medical museum.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really neat. Like, you're just there, in a medical museum somewhere.
Somewhere they're looking at the thing and they're like, that looks like Kevin Bacon.
Does his foot look loose? Is that what they're asking? So, oh man. Then, of course, they're successful. And then they have to go and they have to explain. Like, they show a little bit of the video of like, this is what's happening. And we were able to make him invisible, but Kevin Bacon decided somewhere along the way that he's like, nah, I'm not going to really tell them we actually did it.
They actually brought him back.
Because then they're going to take, like, the fear of every scientist. They're going to take my project away, and they're going to take over, and I'm not going to have my name on it, and I'm not going to be able to control anything. So I'm going to do some crazy shit on the side, which was he wanted to use himself as the tester.
As the first human subject.
Yeah, as the first human subject.
Because he's like, well, we haven't brought back a human yet. We brought back a gorilla. It's close enough. So
and a dog.
He has himself turned invisible.
And some other animals. Because that was my thing. I was like, wait. Because it's just one of those one-liners where they just explain it, and I kind of missed it watching
I kind of toss it off just offhand. Like, we brought back 5 gorillas this week. We can surely bring you back.
And then, here we are. Here's Kevin Bacon. He's invisible. And then, it's too much shock to the body. And he's out for like 18 hours sleeping. And then he wakes up. And here we are doing our thing. And,
he wakes up a dirty pervert.
Well, no. Okay, he was already a dirty pervert. This is the thing, like, in any of these movies where someone's either ingesting a drug or they're having some kind of experimentation on them, usually these things bring out, they what is it? Like exemplify. They amplify the person within.
Yeah.
Okay? So the character development from the point from the beginning to where he becomes invisible, it's like he's just an asshole. He's arrogant. He's narcissistic. He's
peeping on the neighbor.
He's peeping on. He got a little. He's a peeping Tom. He's controlling. He really wants to get back with his ex because reasons. I don't know, because she's just there, I guess. Someone fuckable that's close by, because he's always living in the fucking lab. And he's always working as a workaholic, because even when you're working a lot and you look up at the ceiling when you're in your chair, the fucking huge fucking sign on the ceiling says, keep working.
Yes, you should be working.
Yeah, you should be working. So, he doesn't really have that much of a social life. So the closest, woman is the woman for him. He hates the veterinarian, so not her. Or the other lady that does the controlling upstairs. He only wants Elizabeth Shue because he's already banged her.
Yeah, because they're mad because he immediately says, like, well, we took the monkey apart. We'll have to vivisect it real soon and see how... Which, by the way, means he's going to dissect it while it's alive.
Wow.
Just to see how it'll go. And it's like, you could at least euthanize it if you were going to do that. But no, you're going to vivisect it. You're going to dissect it alive.
Yeah, we should dissect your ass. So... yeah. Wow. He and it doesn't take a long time, but you see, I mean, like in all, at the beginning of the film, you see like, oh, the dog was like normal, and then the animals were like normal at some point, and then they got just mad vicious, like the animalistic to them, like got boom,
yeah,
they're fucking they're crazy, they're just out of it, and they're insane because you can't be invisible for too long, and. Dun dun dun. That's exactly what happens. He's not able to come back.
Yeah, they can't bring him back as fast at all, really. And then, of course, like I said, he becomes really perverted. He starts creeping on the veterinarian that he supposedly doesn't like, but he's more than happy to creep up there invisible and open up her shirt and start copping a feel.
Yeah, this movie's not really... There's a lot of SA, so if you're not comfortable... I mean, no one should be comfortable with that, but that's something that, is triggering. Stay away. SA alert. And, and it's just like, oh, okay. Because we can't have the innocent, good old, innocent, invisible man from, the Silver Age.
I mean, to be fair, he was blowing up trains and everything else and killing people left and right.
He wasn't SAing people.
Yeah, he just wasn't a sexual predator.
Yeah, well,
he was just a regular predator.
You can't have... I wouldn't say a predator, but you can't have... If he's just blowing people... Okay, this is not a conversation to have. Nevertheless, rather have the visible man blowing a train up. I don't know, maybe the train was full of Nazis. I don't know, whatever.
Spoiler alert, it was not full of Nazis.
Well, I didn't see this movie. All I fucking know Kevin Bacon is not good in this film because there's a lot of SA and I did not appreciate it. And it's just like, oh, goodness. And of course, you know, he's there for, I think it's like 10 days and he's already losing it.
Yeah.
And he's leaving at night. He's doing all kinds of things. He's scaring homeless people. It's just not. He's checking in on the ex because he's dying to know who she's banging. You know, spoiler alert, it's Josh Brolin. And there's a lot going on. And he is not appreciating a lot of things. And when they catch him, he's like, oh, hell no. I'm going to do what I want to do. This is my project, you know, because I did say he was narcissistic. Besides him, like, creeping on Elizabeth Shue, unfortunately, the neighbor across the way, she gets SA'd real bad. Which you said that they cut a scene out.
Yeah, there's a scene cut out where apparently it was way worse than what they show. And you gotta feel bad for that girl because she's gonna have to call the police and be like, I was just sexually assaulted by a man I can't see. And they're gonna be like, okay, sure you were.
Now, crazy thing, that the novel that they based that movie on, where that woman did get sexually assaulted by a ghost, existed at that time. So it's like,
yeah,
it happened to somebody. I can't remember the name of the movie right now.
The Entity.
Oh yes, how could I forget that? She got entitied.
And yeah, she's gonna be convinced the ghost got her for the rest of her life.
At least it was like a young, fit ghost. I mean, he's not a ghost; he's an invisible man, but not like the stanky breath, like 200-year-old ghost. You know,
I don't know if that's any better.
I don't know. I mean, the entity lady didn't really know. I mean, she did find out, right? Like who it was. I don't know. The point is that they're both fucked up in both regards. So we have Kevin Bacon running amok. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna start committing murders.
Yeah, because they're gonna try and rein him in, and he's like, nope, we're not having that. And this is why all the shit he was doing, they should have been wearing these goggles all along.
Time.
But they did not.
Why is no one wearing the goggles? It's like, you have this amazing tool. You know there's an invisible dude walking around. It's not like the normal public. They didn't know what the fuck what was going on. You know there's an invisible dude walking around. You picking your nose. You got a wedgie. The woman was trying to pee at one point. She didn't even know, was he in the room? And then, of course, you know, the camera has to show, like, the door creaked a little bit. The faucet was leaking and it's not leaking anymore. Like, shit like that. You're like, is he in there? You know? Wear the fucking goggles. Wear the goggles. Even though if you wear the goggles all the time, then you don't have a movie, right? Because there's no suspense. But
well,
still,
they figured out a way to get around that, too. But later on, it's like, oh, he raised the temperature in the lab. So it's the same temperature as body temperature. Now we can't see him anymore. I'm like, okay, I guess that's how they got around that. Because otherwise they could see him with the goggles and the movie's over if they can just track him down.
Now, I don't know who decided that Elizabeth Shue was going to be a badass in this movie. But she is a badass in the film. They were like, you know, we can't have the girl from Adventures in Babysitting be, you know, just, oh, what was my life? I tripped and I can't do nothing for myself.
So, yeah, when Kevin Bacon finally goes crazy and locks them all in down there in their underground lab, she goes full MacGyver too.
She sure does. And let me tell you, this is what she's wearing while she's doing this. I think it's like a white tank top, a flannel, and some Dockers. And I feel like some penny loafers. Like
no, she had a sweater on.
Fine, it's a sweater. But she's still wearing them Dockers though. It's like scientist pants. Like, oh, you're like, oh yeah, all scientists are wearing these pants. She's looking real late 90s. And it's amazing. And her hair is like Drew Barrymore and like Mad Love, you know, if anyone knows this reference. You gotta love it. She's just whipping people's ass. Like, well, I should say she's whipping one person's ass. Hollow Man.
Hollow Bacon.
Hollow Bacon. You know, I'm surprised that Kevin Bacon himself hasn't come out with a line of bacon. Why?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why? Why is that not a thing?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon's bacon. Ooh, maybe because it's too much.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. That kind of thing.
He did a commercial for the Egg Council, I remember, where the whole thing was people kept saying, at the end of it, the guy was like, huh? Get it? I guess I'll have some bacon and eggs. And he was like, I don't get it.
No, he did.
Yeah. So, yeah, of course, he locks himself in there with all the scientists, and he starts, murdering them all pretty quickly, like the Predator. He's running around invisible.
He is. I want to just put a pin on that 1 second. For those of you that saw Nosferatu, okay, and then later on would go see that Wolfman movie, and you thought you were going to see Christopher Abbott Peen, and you didn't. But you did see Nosferatu Peen. There is Kevin Bacon Peen. And when I say Kevin Bacon Peen, I mean like, it's there when I talked about how the gorilla was not there and then it went through like the different levels. This is where you see the Kevin Bacon Peen. So I don't know if it was one of those like slip-on peens or that was his real peen, but you definitely see Hollow Man peen.
I still think the best invisible peen scene was in The Night Flyer, where the vampire, he sees in the mirror and he sees the vampire peeing in the urinal behind him. You just see the blood appearing in it because the vampire is just peeing out the blood.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. You don't see a peen though because he's invisible. But
you
see the blood.
Yeah, you see the blood. You don't want to see that guy's penis anyhow. He was like crazy, dirty looking vampire.
Okay. The fight scene. She's trying to keep Josh Brolin, and that's the other thing I love about this. You would think, oh, Josh Brolin's in the movie. We later on would go to see. He's like, in the Avengers movie doing things, and he's beating people up. He's gonna be the one that's gonna like save the day. He's the one that's gonna be whipping Kevin Bacon. No, okay, he's like the damsel in distress. Okay,
yeah, he gets taken out pretty quick.
He gets his ass beat, and he's laying in like Freddy fucking Krueger's like furnace area somewhere. I don't remember that there being pipes. And she is just whipping his ass everywhere. There's a scene, we've said this so many times where we're talking about a film and we're like, keep hitting him, keep shooting him, keep like attacking. And they just do it one time and then walk away and then they drop the weapon.
They knock the guy down and then they throw the axe or the gun, whatever it is, away. And they go, he's probably dead.
Oh, that's so infuriating, yes.
Put a bullet between his eyes. That was what was so satisfying thing people liked about Scream. Was like they just walked up and then just shot him right between the eyes at the end of it. It's like, yep, now he's definitely dead.
Yep, and he's gonna come back later as a ghost in the mirror. And then there's like a flamethrower involved or some kind of thing that's exuding
She makes
flame.
her own flamethrower. She makes her own magnet.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said she got MacGyvered. He got Hollow Man and she got MacGyvered. She keeps burning this guy over and over again. It was very satisfying because at this point you hate Kevin Bacon, right? Like you're like this fucking guy. Like, okay, I don't care if you bought back dancing in this fucking town. Like I fucking hate you. And you can't forgive him. He's unforgivable and he just needs to die and he will not die. And maybe him being hollow.
It was him being in that Friday the 13th movie. He learned how to not to die.
It's like, I'm not getting an arrow through my fucking neck again.
Nope, nobody stabbing me in the neck.
Nope, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. You watch the film and there's just so many things. It's action packed. It was awesome to see it again because I haven't seen it in such a long time. And it's just one of those, can I just say it's a feel-good movie? It makes me feel good. I loved watching it again. It was like an old friend, a good pair of shoes. It's like comfy.
It was a quieter time in America. 9/11 hadn't happened. There was no crazy election business yet.
Yeah.
Everybody was just happy.
I mean, I don't know if everyone was happy, but it was definitely different. And I miss it being 2000. Yep. And there was so much hope because it was the start of the 21st century, right?
Yeah. You're like, finally, we're out of that stinky 20th century. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, no, I would go back to the 20th century and let's go back to 1999 and just stay there.
Well, that's the whole joke with The Matrix about, people back at the time, they were like, wait, so according to this, the computers in The Matrix, 1999 was the peak of human evolution, and that's why they kept making that year over and over again for people. Turned out they were right. It really was the best time.
Yeah, so that movie was so right in so many levels. But Hollow Man, you should check it out. I want to say, where did we see this movie?
It was on Tubi, I believe.
I think it was on Tubi. You should definitely catch Tubi. We've talked about Tubi many times. You're seeing a lot of fantastic films on there. And it was good to revisit this one for its 25th anniversary. If you haven't checked it out, I give it 2.5 knives.
Yeah, I'll say that too. It's right around in there. It's good. It's not the best Invisible Man movie, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen from the Invisible Man either.
No, okay. Well, I don't know. Fine. I don't have any. I was in a Chevy Chase. Like, I love that Invisible Man movie. I love the Invisible Man of Chevy Chase.
Yeah, the Memoirs of the Invisible Man.
Yes. Isn't that John Carpenter's film?
Yes.
See, that's why it's John Carpenter. I do have a love for that film, and I like the recent remake.
Yeah, the what's his name?
I think the only one, Lee Warnell. I think the only one that I have not seen is the original, and I don't care for it. I'm just never going to see that. So, from what you just told me,
okay, Green Eggs and Ham. You've never seen it, but you don't like it.
That's right. That is damn right. I don't know.
I'm gonna make you watch that when we shut down tonight.
Hell no. You know what? You ain't gonna be able to see me because I'm gonna be invisible. I'm gonna be not in this couch.
You're gonna be Hollow Betty?
Hollow Betty, yes. Coming to a theater near you, 2026. Hollow Betty. Thank you so much for joining us in another episode of Jump Scare, the Horror Podcast. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.